Okay, in the second part we're now going to find the right view of this solid, and we're also going to find its interpenetration curve in the right view. And because it's in first angle orthographic projection, with our front view there and our top view here, our right view is going to be here on the left hand side. To just start that right view, they gave us in the question a distance of 8 millimeters here between these two views, so I'm going to keep that distance. I'm going to put a distance of 8 millimeters here between these views and my next XY. Draw that in, and then of course I'm going to put my 45 degree in, which I'm going to project off of, so 45 degree line in there. Okay, and then I can start my projection. I'm going to start off with my main pipe, and I'm going to draw out my main pipe. So I'm going to project each of the points of my main pipe across, and then the top of my main pipe, and then my front view, and then project each of them up. Okay, so my main pipe's been projected to there, and then I'm going to at least draw in a dark line for the top of my main pipe, because I know that that's going to stay dark. So I can leave that in there, and I also know that because I'm doing the right view, this line over here will be able to stay dark. So I'm going to draw it in as well, and then I'm also going to then go and project across my secondary pipe. So I'm going to start with this end of my secondary pipe, project it across. Project each of those lines up. That one fell on that line. And then I'm going to join it up with the front view of my secondary pipe, project that across. Okay, and then find the points of that secondary pipe there. Start with point D there, there's D, here's D here, so D across and up, join it up with point D there. So I know that that is going to be point D. I'm going to label it, and then if I follow C and C from here, okay, C across and up and across, then I know there's going to be point C. I'm going to mark that, that's point C. And then my next one I'm going to find is going to be point A. So point A across and up, it's on that same line with point C, so across there, there's going to be point A. And then the last one, point B, and point B across and up, it's in line with point D, so that over there is going to be point B. Now I know that I'm drawing a right view, so I know that I'm going to see all of those sides of my secondary pipe, so I'm going to draw all of that in dark cell. Just so that I can see it nice and clearly. Okay, so there we go, we've got our secondary pipe in there, and then our main pipe in as well. And we're also going to transfer each of the points now that we would normally get for our interpenetration curve in the front view. We're going to transfer the termination points first and then the turning points. So we do the termination points first. The termination point D was on this line, so I'm just going to follow that up, find the termination point at point D. Okay, so it's of course in line with point D there. So that's going to be my termination point for point D, and I'm going to label it D again. Then the termination point for point C, of course, will stay on this line. And if I project that across, okay, so that I can see there, that's going to be my termination point up there. directly across from C. The same thing is going to happen for point A. Okay, it will terminate directly behind that point. And then my last one, termination point for point B, if I take that across, okay, sorry, that's not my termination point for B or A. There's my termination point for C and A. Took the wrong point across. Let's just fix C and A first. That's the termination point for C and A. Okay, so that termination point for point C and point A, be careful of making that mistake. I took that point instead of the termination point. Take the termination point across and up. So that's where point A will terminate. You can label it as A. And that's where point C will terminate. Label it as C. And then point B's termination point is over there. I'm going to project that across and up. And then I can find where that intersects with the line for point B, so that's my termination point for point B. Okay, now for the turning points, and for the turning points I need my main pipe labeled. So I'm going to label my main pipe, transferring across and up. So that's point 1. Point 1 comes across there, so that's going to be line 1, 1 in my main pipe. Then if I take this across, okay, that was meant to be there, 1 and 1. And then 5, I'll see point 5 first and then point 6 if I'm looking from the right. So if I take that across and up, then that's going to be 5, 6 and 5, 6 at the top over there. Okay, and then the same thing here for 3 and 2. I'll see 3 first and then 2. So let's take 3 and 2 across. That'll be across up in here. That's 3, 2. And that will be 3, 2. And I've left out point 4 here. We'll see 4 first and then 1. So if we project that across, that's going to have to change to 4, 1. And this will be 4, 1 as well up top there. Okay, now we've got everything labeled. Now we can take our turning points across. Of course, our turning points lie on line 4 and 5, which we've already got in our right view there. So we just have to take them across from our front view. So starting with turning point 1. That goes onto line 4, which we can clearly see here. So if we project that across onto line 4, there's line 4, so I'm going to mark that as turning point 1. The same thing with turning point 2. It's also on line 4, so if I take that across, there's where it hits into line 4, so that's turning point 2. Then turning point 3 and 4, we know that sits on corner 5. Okay, we can see that here. That's turning point 3 and 4 sits on corner 5. So we're going to take turning point 3 across, project that across, and where it hits into 5, which is here, it's this line, mark that. That is turning point 3. And then turning point 4, project that across. Also lines and layers on line 5, mark that as turning point 4. Okay. Now, same process as what we did for finding the interpenetration curve here, we're going to do here by simply following our map. And for this view, you also should quite easily be able to see what's going to be dark and what will be hidden detail. Any of these points sitting behind this face here, of course, are going to be hidden detail. And anything connected to them, going past the highest point there and the lowest point here, is going to have to be hidden detail. So if we start with point A again, and we move in a clockwise direction, looking at either of those two auxiliary views, from A to turning point 1 again. So we're going to take from point A to turning point 1, that'll be a dark line. And then from turning point 1 to B, also a dark line. And then from B to turning point 2, another dark line. From turning point 2 to C, dark line. Then from C to turning point 4. Now we're going behind the front of this shape over here, so we've got to go into hidden detail. So from C to turning point 4, and then from turning point 4 to D, and this is going to be straight down. I'm actually going to go from turning point 4 to D and from D to turning point 3 because it's on the same line over there. Okay, D to turning point 3 would also be straight down on that edge. Okay, and then after we've gone to there, we're going to go from turning point 3 now to A, turning point 3 to A. Also hidden detail line. There we go. And then we just have to go and extend our secondary pipe sides until where they terminate. So I'll have one there, and then of course B as well. And then the one for side D will be hidden detail until it hits there. And then of course we're going to go and finish off the rest of the front view with the dark lines for the main pipe. Okay, and those dark lines of course are going to come in here for this line up until it hits each of the turning points. We'll draw that in, and then of course here as well, this will go a dark line up until it hits that corner, and then hidden detail until it hits into our two turning points over there. Okay, and there we have it. Wait, we've got one line missing, baseline here. No, baseline's already there, nice and dark already. Okay, there's this bottom line here, point A. Okay, there we have our right view.